Hello all and welcome, and I am the Realist Philosopher, and this is the Realist Den, where it's 100% raw, 100% real, 100% of the time, baby. Hooah! So how y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. So, I wanted to talk about this David Hogg story, this boy who is a hog for media attention as well. His name is quite fitting. I can't stand this kid. I cannot stand this freaking kid. What did he do that was so impressive? He didn't die in a shooting. He wasn't even at the school, by the way. Do you all know that this kid was at home in bed and he heard about the shooting and he jumped on his little BMX bike and pedaled to the friggin' school with a camera and started interviewing kids who were running out? He wasn't even there. Survivor, my ass. And now he's getting into Harvard. That's right. Parkland shooting survivor. He wasn't in the school. He wasn't a survivor. I mean, good Lord. Yeah, I love this, yeah. Plane crashes. I'm a survivor because I wasn't on it. What? He wasn't even in the school. How is he a survivor? I don't get this. All right. But anyway, Parkland shooting survivor David Hogg is going to Harvard. Boy, he must be so smart, right? Wrong. After getting a reported 1270 on the SAT. I thought the maximum was 1600 you could get. 1270 is not so good. It shows test scores aren't everything. What does that mean? Yeah, I guess when you get a lot of money, you can grease the wheels, right? Plus, of course, he's got all this liberal cachet, you know. He's a leftist. He's against guns, and he's real popular. Yeah, that'll bring a lot of money in the form of donations, right? Yeah, a lot of rich people will donate to that school now. Brings the school a lot of liberal cachet as well. All right, so let's see what this story has to say. David Hogg, not a survivor of the Parkland High School shooting, an advocate for gun law reform, announced he's going to Harvard University in the fall. God, how did he get into Harvard with that crappy score? The reaction was mixed. After surviving the shooting in February, what do you mean? I don't understand this. Say I'm planning to take a plane, and at the last minute, I missed the plane, and then the plane crashes. Do I get to call myself a survivor? He wasn't at the school! So, it took 17 lives. Hogg became one of the leaders of the March for Our Lives movement. Yeah, that's a bunch of crap. Probably funded by George Soros or CNN. They're both funded by Soros, really. So, he became a leader. Ooh, leader, my ass. Come on. He's getting used by a bunch of adults who have an agenda which demands gun law reform. He wants guns banned, okay? He's just a useful idiot, all right? He's showing up for the paycheck, nothing more. And recruits young people into political activism. He's trying to set himself up for a future career in politics. That's all. He's another one of these useful idiots. He has no real useful skills. Daddy in the FBI probably spoiled him rotten, didn't teach him anything useful. Government employee parents. Sad. Father didn't have any time to teach him any skills of any real value. Probably a liberal himself. It seems like the FBI is peppered with liberals that love Hillary Clinton. He took a gap year after graduating to focus on March for Our Lives. Gap year? That don't look too good on college admissions, does it? I mean, you take a year off after high school? What are you, a doctor? You need a sabbatical or something? What the hell is so difficult about your life that you need to take a year off? School ain't that difficult these days. Good Lord. My life is so stressful. I survived a shooting that I wasn't even there for. Yeah. Gap year to focus on a March for Our Lives. He wants to increase his image, right? He wants to increase his media presence, right? So that, in the future he can run for political office. Great. Just great. Another useful person in politics. His activism, another useful idiot in Congress or Senate or whatever the hell he's going to run for. I'm sure he's going to run for some kind of political office that has never worked a day in his freaking life. Hello, Bernie! I'm following in your footsteps. You didn't work a day in your life either. I worship Bernie Sanders. He never had a real job. Well, I'm David Hogg, and I'm not going to have a real job either. I'm just going to skate right into a position in government. Great. I mean, hell, at least Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, as dumb as she is, at least she had real jobs, okay? Doesn't really mean much, though. You know, she's nothing more than a puppet. So, instead of going directly to college, his activism has made him a lightning rod for criticism on the political right. Fox News host Laura Ingraham, for example, mocked him after 4 colleges rejected him. Yeah. I mean, hello, this is your spokesperson. This is the person who's speaking for your cause, and he's getting rejected by colleges left and right. Yeah, he's not too bright. He's not scoring high enough to get into a decent university, but you're saying this person is your spokesperson? I think that's fair game. I think that's fair game considering all of the things that the left comments on that, in my opinion, have no bearing on what they're talking about. So, yeah. So, somewhere in the middle of all this, TMZ reported that Hogg had a 4.2 GPA. Yeah, big whoop-de-doo-dah. Mediocre high school, he gets a 4.2. He gets a 4.2 GPA in public school. Ooh, big deal. You show up and have a pulse, you'll get a 4.0. Come on. And got a 1270 out of 1600 on the SAT. That's not good. A 1270 is supposedly above average if you compare it to pretty much, the average scores in the United States. But then if you compare it to specific universities and what their acceptance rates are, what they'll accept, what they're willing to take, Harvard's acceptance, it's in like the high 1400s or something, right? The minimum. He's like hundreds of points shy of what Harvard would accept. So now that he's going to Harvard, Hogg's SAT score has become a flashpoint for his critics. It's well below the usual score for the Ivy League school. Yet, you see, Ivy League schools, the best schools, they kind of have different standards, okay? You could take all the colleges in the United States and put all of them together and get an aggregate of the average, and this is above average. Yeah, if you compare it to, Evergreen and a lot of low-rent schools out there, then yeah, he did real good. You compare it to Harvard, though, that's crap, okay? That's crap. It's well below the usual score for the Ivy League school. The average score for admitted students is 1520. Yeah. And as I said, the minimum is in the high 1400s. I think that the minimum students admitted are something like 1470 or 1480 or something. He's hundreds of points shy, but he got in. Oy vey. Goes on to say, some conservative media figures criticize Harvard's decision to admit Hogg. Yeah, he didn't get anywhere near the SAT score required to get in. So Sebastian Gorka says, Harvard just made a mockery of itself. That's loaded with leftists, you understand. The majority of college administrators, especially in the Ivy League, are Democrats, are leftists, Marxists, socialists. So they love David Hogg. 75% of Harvard students score over a 1470 on their SAT, as I say, with the bottom 25% averaging just over 1400. Even the bottom 25%, that's their affirmative action students, right, are still scoring over 1400. David Hogg? 1270. Ooh, wow, he's a genius, don't you know? This is who you want leading whatever grassroots cause you have in mind, and we certainly want people of his intellectual caliber in Congress, right? Like Ocasio-Cortez, she's so smart too. Goes on to say he was denied to UCLA, UC San Diego, and UC Irvine, where a 1240 places you above average. He couldn't even get into middling level schools yet. Somehow he got into Harvard. I wonder how. Methinks corruption might have something to do with it. Grant Stinchfield said, I was wondering why I didn't get into Harvard. At first I thought it was my 1080. Maybe it was my essay, why I joined the NRA. It sealed the deal. Oh, that's great. Mark Hemingway, it's not a meritocracy when it's this predictable. Listen to this, David Hogg's tweet. Thank you all for your well wishes. He's a soy boy, so in my head, that's what he sounds like. I'll be attending Harvard in the fall with a planned major in political science. It's as I've always said, the majority of communists and socialists out there, they take political sciences because that's all political sciences are these days, where you learn to be a better communist for a brighter future full of lots of corpses. Political science. I knew it. But for the most part, people said it shows just how useless the SATs really are. How so? When your mommy and daddy grease the wheels to get you into a school, SAT scores are useless? Well, I guess they're useless if your mommy and daddy have a lot of money that they got from all of David Hogg's so-called activism and all his appearance fees. Kid probably made millions of dollars that could then be used to grease those wheels. Yeah, I guess it's useless then. But if you actually have to rely on merit and you don't have mommy's millions, or if you don't have millions that you got in appearance fees over the past year, working for this campaign to ban guns, right? Well, then I think SAT scores are probably kind of important. Especially if you're a poor kid and the only thing you have is your intellect and your hard work ethic. Yeah. To others, Hogg's admittance to Harvard showed just how silly the SATs are. Stupid people, stupid leftists who don't want to work hard, who don't believe in meritocracies. They don't want meritocracies because they're lazy. Mommy and daddy spoiled them, right? Entitled cunts. Oh, yeah, SATs are shitty. Why should you have to prove yourself? Every university should have to take me. Yeah, no standards whatsoever, right? If a teenager helps lead what? Oh, listen to this. So if a teenager helps lead a national political movement and has an extraordinary GPA, public school, a squirrel could probably get a 4.0, okay? Fucking A. Extraordinary GPA. It means nothing. Toe the fucking line. Show up for class. The fucking teachers will give you a good grade, right? You know, what does it matter if he doesn't do well on a standardized test? What do you think he was taking to get that GPA, you idiot? Standardized tests. God, so I'm going to try and use this set of standardized tests to make the case that this other set of standardized tests is irrelevant. I don't know who's writing this stuff, but they don't have a firm grasp of logic. Woo! So the college fix says David Hogg is heading to Harvard despite an SAT score of 1270. The bottom 25% have a 1460. Oh boy, I love it. Okay, so here's the page called PrepScholar, and it gives in more detail the requirements to get into Harvard and what your odds are. This is hilarious. So listen to this. So what are Harvard's average SAT scores and GPA? And this guide will discuss what scores are needed for you to get admitted into Harvard. So first of all, average SAT score. Look at this. 1520. What do you get at 1270? 1270, 1370, 1470. So he's 250 points shy of the average. Okay? What's of the average? Oh my God. Average GPA 4.1. This means less, actually. GPAs, look, some schools are of higher quality, some schools are of lower quality, okay? It's a public school. We all know public schools are crap. Insofar as GPA, it means very, very little. It's the S-A freaking T that matters. I don't care about the fucking GPA. Show me a good SAT score. Show me a 1600. Show me a 1550. Then I might be a little impressed, all right? I don't give a goddamn about the GPA that you got at that crappy public fucking school. All right. Yeah, a bunch of teachers who took jobs as teachers so that they could have their friggin' summers off and sit around and pretty much do as little work as possible. Oh, I'm so tired after my 6-hour workday. Oy vey. All right, so look at this. This is hilarious, by the way. The acceptance rate at Harvard is 5.2%. Hundreds of students who apply, only 5.2 are admitted. Now, this is the really funny part. There's an admissions calculator. Look at this. This is how high his odds were of getting in. This is his score, and this is his GPA. This tells you the fix is in, okay? What are your chances of admission at Harvard? Well, we have this calculator right here to tell you. So he got a 1270, right? 4.2 GPA. His odds of getting in are 0.5%. Here is his odds at the bottom. Hard reach school, very difficult to get in. Apparently not. Oh boy, it's great. Great. So, let me know what you think in the comments section. Did Mom and Daddy grease the wheels? Did the fact that David Hogg was a supposed front man for this supposed grassroots movement to ban guns, did that have something to do with it? Was it both combined? Mommy and Daddy's money that they got from David Hogg, shilling himself, being a shill for the leftist gun control nuts on CNN and all these other outlets, and showing up and giving speeches. Did all that money he made, did that grease some wheels? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Please like and subscribe and consider donating to my channel. If you'd like to donate, just go to therealistphilosopher.com/donate. That's therealistphilosopher.com/donate. Also, I have another channel that is a philosophy channel, and it's also where I post my daily live stream call-in show. That's right, I have a daily live stream call-in show on my other channel that has content in the form of videos that is solely philosophical in nature. And then you have my once a day from 9 to 10 a.m. New York City time live call-in show. So you can view that on my other channel. Links in the description, along with my Gab, my Twitter, my Facebook. I'm very active on all these platforms, so go follow me there. And I also have a podcast on SoundCloud. And I suggest you follow me on all these places because you never know what the future might hold with platforms like YouTube. So check me out on these other platforms so you can keep yourself apprised of new content that I'm making. And that's it. I'm the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.